Hi everybody. We've been looking at different kinds of data analysis techniques for the last few days. Let's rewind for a minute and look at what the kinds of data sets are that we're working on so we have a better understanding of what these techniques mean. We're going to look at 1 and 2 variable data sets. Imagine that we collected a list of the heights of all the basketball players on a girls' varsity team. Say we were interested in the average height of our players. We might get a list like this. I've converted it to inches because it's a little easier to work with. For this data project, we don't need to know anything about which player is which height. So we're just going to use the heights of our team, and our data set will look like that. This is an example of a data set in one variable. In this case, the variable is height. Now let's conduct a slightly different data collection. Let's say we wanted to see if there's a relationship between the age of the student and their height. So this time the data set might look like this. For this experiment, we have to use both age and height because the age and the height are related, or they may be related. But it doesn't matter to us which players are which, so we can leave out the player number. This would be an example of a data set with two variables, in this case age and height. Once we've collected our data, we will analyze it to see what it tells us about our basketball team. There are slightly different types of analysis we can do for one variable data sets versus two variable data sets. For data with one variable, like our heights only data sets, we'll be looking at things like what is the average height of our players? How different or similar are the heights? Are there any players whose heights are very different from the others? And what are different visual ways we can show the data to make it easier to present the data? For data with two variables like our age versus height data, we'll be interested in things like what does the data look like on a scatter plot? Can we see a correlation between the age and height? Can we identify an equation that closely describes the relationship between age and height? And if we have two linear equations that might describe the data, which one fits better? Now you have an understanding of the two different types of data sets. In the next video, we'll look at single variable data analysis techniques in more detail.